What is going on, guys? My name's Preach, and I'm continuing this channel's beginning with a new video that I hope you find both informative and entertaining. This is the second video in my 5 minutes or less series and is following up on the ceiling electric field trap. In case you haven't missed it, I'm going to throw a link in the description box below. Today we're going to be looking at the Ceiling Zapper trap from Fortnite's infamous Save the World. We've got gameplay and damage data in this beginner's friendly guide for everything that you need to know about the Ceiling Zapper in 5 minutes or less. Let's jump into it. With the highest impact and over 6 times more damage than any other ceiling trap, why do any of the other traps even exist? Simply put, it's the only ceiling trap that doesn't do AoE damage. For those of you that don't know what AoE is, the acronym stands for Area of Effect. So while other traps may have over 6 times less damage, once you calculate the Zapper's low reload speed and inability to hit more than one husk at a time, it becomes a niche trap, one specializing in taking out the high HP targets, and is normally placed on the back end of trap numbers. Here's some basic info. Weighing in at a cost of 13 nuts and bolts, 3 mechanical parts, and 1 battery, the Ceiling Zapper targets a single enemy doing a large amount of damage and impact. It only deals nature damage, which is strong against water and weak to fire. Its impact is high, which means it's likely to stagger the unsuspecting foe. For those who don't know how impact works, here's the basic gist. Every husk has an impact bar, similar to the health bar, but it is not shown to us as players. Impact damage reduces that bar until it reaches 0, and then the enemy staggers in place, buying you extra time. Afterwards, the staggered enemy's impact bar resets back to full. This same principle is how the important wall launchers work, and creates some nice synergy between the two traps. Now briefly onto some stats, all based on an unperked level 1 legendary trap. It has 24 base durability, 12-second reload time, 3-second arming delay, and 0.5-second stun time, also known as stagger time. I'm not sure many of you are thinking, okay cool, stats, whatever, how do I use it? Let's go ahead and cover that next. First of all, the Ceiling Zapper can only be placed on full unedited ceiling tiles. I place these in the back of my trap tunnels, so that way all the smaller, weaker husks have died off before reaching it. If the Zapper was placed in the front, there wouldn't be any way to focus its damage as it targets any husk that walks underneath it, and with the ratio of weak to strong, you'd miss more strong ones than you'd hit. But with it at the end, everything weak has died off, and you can unleash the Zapper's full power on a higher HP target, and maintain that efficient build we all strive for. With all that said, what perks are best for this guy? Well, that answer isn't as nice and simple as I'm sure you'd all like. Technically, to max the damage, you would need a damage, crit rating, and 2 crit damage rolls. But if you want to max the damage per second, then you should change one of those crit damage perks to a reload speed. However, I personally prefer to do it a little different from what the numbers show. I go with 1 damage, 2 crit ratings, and 1 crit damage. Since this trap is in the back of my tunnels, I don't often need the improved reload speed of the max DPS build, and I prefer a more balanced approach to tearing down husks than a gamble, and I'm willing to pay a little in overall damage to get that. By going from 1 crit rating to 2, I improve my chances to crit from approximately 1/3 to 1/2 the time. For the last perk, the choice lies between durability, building health, or building healing. I personally run durability, because I don't see much use for the increased building strength. However, if you run into issues with lobbers, either of those two options could be the best fit for you. I personally try to avoid the lobber issue altogether by handling them differently, for example, building a lobber screen, or sniping them. There are a few special circumstances and monsters that require extra attention when testing out and learning a new trap. Riot Huskies, for example, will not take damage from the trap on an incline because of their shield. However, if the trap resets fast enough, they can take damage from behind. Body and area shielders are a less important target with this trap, seeing as though I typically place them in the back of my trap tunnels. By the time the husks reach it, they should be dead. If you guys have any additional questions or comments, for example what the best hero to use with the trap is, comment down below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for additional trap videos. I'll get something out for you if you are interested in learning more about who is the best to use for each of these traps. That's less than 5 minutes. We'll catch you next time.